Hi there, in this video we are learning substitution. So to start with the first example, in this example we are having 5a plus 2. Now we are trying to simplify it if the value of a is given as 6. Now we are using this value of a to simplify this expression, and we are having 5. Whatever is the value given to us, it's always better to write it down in a bracket form. So 5 remains as a 5, which would be here. And then a having a value 6. So I'm going to write this down in a bracket form, plus 2. Now we're going to apply bid mass on it, like simplifying with the bracket first and then doing the addition operation. So when you do 5 times 6 would be 30, and then you're having plus 2 into it, that would give you 32. Now here's the next example on substitution, which is, I'm going to show you on the next page. So we are having the next example now, which is, this says that if x is 6, I'm writing down the values here. So we have been given the value of the x is 6 and y is negative 4. What we are finding out is, we are finding out the first one using those values which are given to us, that to do for x squared. So we are having this x squared now. So x squared is, because we know that the value of x is 6, you can write it down 6 squared. 6 squared is same as writing down the 6 twice. So 6 times 6 makes 36. Doing the next one now with the same values what we have been given already. So I'm going to underline them. So these are the two values we'll be using for all of our questions. So we are having now 5. So we are having 5x plus y. We now know that the x value is 6 and the y value is minus 4. So we'll be using those values to write it down the answer in the simplified form. So 5 stays as a 5. As I said, that every value which you are substituting, write it down in the bracket. So 5 times 6 and then plus, and the other value is minus 4. So you're going to write down as minus 4 in the bracket. You do the multiplication first. So 5 times 6 makes 30, which will go here. Positive and negative. When you multiply the positive and the negative sign together, you would have negative, and there's a plus minus 4 then. So 30 minus 4 would be 26. This is your simplified answer. To show you the next example now, which is number 3, we are having x plus y square. So having x plus y square, we know the x value is 6. I'm going to change the x with the number 6 plus, and we are having y square. As I said, that each value which you are subbing, you're going to write it down in a bracket form. So this would be minus 4 square. Now 6 is by itself, so we can't simplify it more. I'll keep 6 as a 6. But this is minus 4 square. This is very important because this is the point where the students commonly do the mistakes on. So I want you to think about it. If you're having minus 4 square, what do you say that? What is the simplification of minus 4? Is it 16, the positive, or it's 16, the negative? So those who think that plus 16 is the answer for this, that's right. If you think that minus 16 is the answer for this, that would be wrong. The reason for that is because if we are having minus 4 square, it means we multiply that minus 4 with the minus 4. Two negatives, when you multiply negative and negative, you're going to come out with a positive, and 4 times 4 is a 16. So you'll be having a plus 16 then. So simplification of minus 4 square would be plus 16. Adding 6 with 16 would give 22. Now the next one is using the same numbers where we have x is 6 and y is 4. I'm writing it down over here. So we are having x is 6 and y is minus 4. Now we have the next one, the fourth one, written as y plus 20 over x. Now we see that this is written in a fraction form. So we have got something in the numerator and we have got something in the denominator. So this y is minus 4. I'm going to write this down in a bracket. There's a plus 20 then. And x would go in the denominator, which is 6. So this is minus 4 plus 20 over 6. And when you do minus 4 plus 20, you would have 16. And there's a denominator 6. Now, because you have got the number on the top and the bottom, you try to simplify them. So you see that 16 and 6, they both goes in a 2 times table. So we know that the half of 16 is 8 and the half of 6 is 3. Here's the next example on substitution. So we have given that, I'm going to write down. So we have been given that. We have got the value of A, which is 4. Then we are having B is 6 and C is minus 9. So from this one, we know that now this time we are having three variables, a, b, and c. So here we have got the first one, which is 2ab plus 20 over 3c. Now we see that we have got the two variables a and b are written together and the variable c is in the denominator. So we'll be applying now by using the brackets. So we have a 2 here. A is 4. I'm going to write down in a bracket. B is 6. Again, it makes another bracket here. There's plus 20 and there is 3 times c. So c is minus 9. We're going to write down minus 9 here then. So we're going to now simplify the brackets. So doing the simplification of the brackets, basically we'll be having now the next step, we're going to multiply them together. You see that bracket means is a multiplication. We are having three numbers written together, 2, 4 and 6. So when you multiply 2, 4 and 6, so 2 times 4 is 8, 8 times 6 is 48, you'll be having 48 here. Then there is plus 20. When you multiply 3 times minus 9, you'll get minus 27 in the denominator. The more simplification of that would be when you do 48 plus 20 would be 68. This would be your numerator. And to do with the denominator you're having is minus 27. Now you look to the numbers, which we have got 68 in the numerator and 27 in the denominator. We can't simplify the numbers, so we can't do anything with the numbers. But because we have got a negative sign in the denominator, if you leave your answer like this is absolutely fine. Or if you just write down the negative sign in the middle and you write down 68 over 27, that's another way of writing it down. So no matter if you leave your answer like this or you change your answer into this form, both the forms are correct. Now showing you the next example, which is having now different values. So this is that you need to find out the value of a, b, c. So maybe solve for x equals a, b, c. We are finding out the value of x. We have got the three variables on the next side, which is a, b, c. If now it's given that a is 4, b is minus 6 and c is minus 3. So to find out the value of x, we'll be starting with the left hand side, which x. On the right hand side, we have got three variables written, and for each of the three variables, we have got the numbers written. We know the value of a, we know the value of b, and we know the value of c. We're going to replace the letters now with the numbers, but in the brackets. So this is 4, this is minus 6, and this is minus 3. To simplify it and finding the value of x, you see that there are the two negative signs. When you multiply the two negative signs, you'll come out with a positive. So we are having positive now. When you multiply 4, 6 and 3, you'll get 72. So this is the value of x. So we are having x equals to 72, which I'm going to write it down more properly here, which is x is equals to 72. Now here, I'm going to show you the last example. So this is the last example on substitution. So here in this example, it says that we have got the equation given as y equals w minus 2a squared. Y, where we have got w equals to 200 and a equals 5. To find out the value of y, we need to replace what w is. We're going to write it down in a bracket, which is 200 minus 2 times a square, which is 5 square. You do the simplification part here now. So we are having y equals 200 remains as a 200 minus 2. Now 5 square means you do 5 times 5. So the square of a 5 is a 25. Once you get to this stage now, then what you have to do is you're going to do the simplification. So that's 200 minus the double of 25 is a 50. And when you do 200 minus 50, you'll get the value of y, which would be 150. So this is the whole topic on substitution. In the substitution method, always we have been given some variables and then we have been given the values of those variables. So we're going to use those values of variables to write down the answer in the simplified form, or maybe to find out the unknown. So here's some examples which I've showed you already. The only thing you need to remember is whenever we are using the substitution method and whenever we are changing the variables with the numbers, you need to write them down in the brackets. So you're not going to get any kind of the sign mistakes. To avoid sign mistakes is always a better idea to replace the values with within the brackets. Thank you.